the greater good.
Honey, don't open the door. I heard there's kaijus out today.
I've tangled with kaijus before and came out on top, honey. Wait, that's no regular kaiju. That's the Iceriver KS3 Mecha-Kaiju from Tswift.
Are you sure it's safe to be messing around with a Mecha-Kaiju?
Not now, I'm doing crypto stuff. Thanks for the Mecha-Kaiju Tswift. Yeah, everything's looking pretty sweet. So if you're new to the channel, my KS3M right here is the Kaiju, and the KS3 is the Mecha-Kaiju. I named them just for fun. So I want to say thanks again to Tswift for hooking me up with the KS3. If you're looking for Kaspa ASICs, hop into my Discord. I'll leave a link in the description. Talk to Tswift. He's got great deals. And tell him Greater Good Mining sent you. It helps out the channel if you do that. I really appreciate it. Thanks again, Tswift. Thanks for the deal on this. I'm excited I got it. All right, and I want to say thank you to Fruition Designs. John at Fruition is a great guy, and he always hooks me up with these kits. He knows that I'm trying to mine at home. And this is my KS3M running full force. My Franken KS2 running full force. And you can hear me, right? I mean, these things are great. They silence these big ASICs down to the point where I can tolerate it. My kitchen is literally right next door to this garage. Living room and kitchen. I don't even hear them. They just hum along in here, doing just fine. So thanks to John at Fruition Designs for sending me a silencer, Fruition Designs Kit, and AC Infinity fan. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna do a setup video and we'll do some testing of the KS3 before and after, with the fans on as they normally would run, and with the Fruition Designs Kit on it. I've already done an install video on the KS3M that will work on a KS3L, a KS3M, and the KS3. So I'll leave a link in the description to that video so you can watch a full setup and testing video on the Fruition Designs Kit. Okay, so moving on. I've got a backup power supply for the KS3. Because I love to FAFO, and this for me is FAFO insurance. I want to overclock this, overclocking madness. That'll be my next video. I'm gonna DM Tswift. Tswift, if you're watching this, I want that KS3 overclock. So one last thing, RPM. If you don't already know, my buddy RPM and I, we've got a hash rate war going on. And RPM, if you're watching this video, comment down below how much hash rate you have. I've kind of lost track. We're in a hash rate battle, so I'm not sure who's winning right now. I might be catching up. Anyway, shout out to RPM and shout out to Tswift and Fruition Designs. Let's go ahead and get this stuff unboxed through the power of editing. Yeah, looking pretty sweet. This never gets old, no matter how many times I do it. So there's the backup power supply. That's my insurance. I got the silencer and the Fruition Designs Kit and the AC Infinity fan unboxed. There's the 3-port manifold and the 2-port manifold. I actually helped get measurements for the 2-port manifold. So I guess the KS3s, KS3Ls, KS3Ms, some of them shipped originally with 3-fan power supplies, and some of them ship with 2-fan power supplies. So I happen to have a 2-fan power supply, and I helped get measurements for that. So that was a good time. Okay, so there's the KS3 unboxed. So I already slapped, of course, my Greater Good Mining sticker on the side of the KS3. The KS3 is starting to ship out with a nice new Iceriver logo. That's pretty sweet, looking pretty good. Now, one thing I got to say is, Iceriver has been shipping these with this cable, and you can see that's not a 240 volt cable. That's like a 120 volt cable. So do not use the cables that are shipping with these. There's people actually in my Discord also that have said they've plugged these into 120 volt outlets. So do not plug your Iceriver into a 120 volt. Your KS1, your KS2, your KS3M, and your KS3, they do not go on 120. They need to be, if you're in the US, it needs to be in a 240 volt, okay? Okay, speaking of 240 volt, here's my new PDU that I bought from Altair. I have an affiliate code if you guys want to get the same one. It helps out the channel if you use my affiliate code. Altair has some great stuff on their website. This PDU is really nice. So we've got the C13 to C14, C19 to C20, and it's high quality. It's got a meter built into it and everything like that. But today I'm going to be using my meter boxes. So these are the meter boxes you've seen in some of my other videos. I got a 120 volt and I've got a 240 volt meter box. They're pretty sweet. I actually bought a few more for the Black Friday special. I don't know which ones I'll get shipped to me. It's like a kit, and it was a mystery box kit. So if you guys are looking for discounts on the meter box, 10% off code is greater. My 15% off Fruition Designs code is greater good. And then my Tangem wallet code, I'll flash on the screen the percentage off. The code for that is greater good. That's where I store my crypto from my OG KS1. Okay, so I'm gonna do some before and after testing with wattage, see how much watts we're pulling with the KS3. Then I'm gonna install the Fruition Designs Kit. We'll watch it all on the meter box. Oh man, I'm trying to shoot this video, but I'm a brand new dad. My daughter keeps on crying, so I keep having to stop shooting the video. I'm gonna do a giveaway. If you're wanting a new Tangem wallet, these are actually the original cards. That's the same kind I use. I have this, that's actually one of my cards right there. So put hashtag new dad in the comments, and I'm gonna give away a 2-pack original Tangem card wallet, and I'll ship it to anyone in the US. So put hashtag new dad and maybe you'll win this Tangem wallet. All right, let's get this thing hooked up finally. Hopefully my daughter doesn't start crying again. Okay, first thing you do, plug in the Ethernet cable. Next, we're gonna plug in our power cable to our Altair PDU. Before I plug it in, let's just get a baseline for a decibel reading with my other machines on this time. We'll just see what we get. Okay, about 71 decibels, and let's see what we get when we flick this thing on. All right, let's plug it in and turn it on. Okay, I always get a little nervous before I go to turn these things on, but let's see, hopefully no smoke. Let's do it. Okay, no smoke so far. Let's give it a second to ramp up. We're at about 91 decibels. 91. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing set up, and then we'll put the Fruition Designs Kit on it and see if we can drop the wattage and drop the noise level down a little bit. Don't forget, this is right next to my living room and my kitchen, so I gotta have it a little quieter than this. Okay, we're at one of my favorite websites in the world, Iceriver.io. So to set up the KS3, we're gonna go to Support, Tutorial. You're gonna go to the KS3 and 3L and 3M English download for the manual. So you've got the manual downloaded. Okay, so next thing we need to download is the batch processing tool. Click English download, and then it'll download to your computer. Boom, right there. And then we're gonna go ahead and open that file up, unzip it to whatever folder you want, and then you should end up with what's known as the Iceriver Web GUI, or Iceriver Miner Tool. Here's the Iceriver Miner Tool. We're going to go ahead and open that up. I downloaded these miner tools a long time ago. Mine shows up in Chinese. Yours will show up in English. You're going to hit this button right here that says IP. It will be in English for you. Don't worry. And then what you'll see is this little section right here is where your IP will show up, your IP address. So on the back of the machine, you'll hit this button right here, and then your IP address will show up in this window right here. You're going to take this IP address and you're going to punch it into Chrome browser. Now, this is the screen you will see when you punch your IP address into your Chrome browser. So the name of the machine is admin, and the password to log in initially will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And don't worry, the instructions that you downloaded will show all this. I'm just going to go through some of it without the instructions. So we're logging in. It'll say change your password, which we will, and Look at that. Went up to, whoa, 9,800 gigahash, but it's ramping back down, so let's not get too excited. Okay, so you're going to see initially that you're mining straight to Iceriver, and here's your temperatures. Temps 1 and 2, intake and exhaust. If you saw my KS0 Pro setup video, these were reversed for some reason. Temp 1 was showing the higher temps, which is the exhaust, and these were like juxtaposed, if you know what I mean. And then here's your fan speeds, and then if you want to see what your fan percentage is at, right now it looks like it's defaulted to 100%. So let's show you the first steps to get this thing optimized for your use, and that way you're not mining to this address, which is Iceriver's. Okay, next step is we're going to change the password on the machine. So you're going to go to user settings, and then you're going to type in the password that is currently 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And then I'm going to punch in my own password here, and then just hit save, and then we'll go to the next step. It'll ask you to log in again. Go ahead and type in whatever your username is, and then type in your password and hit login. We'll get back into the web GUI again. Okay, next we're going to configure our wallet and our pool address. So we're going to go to mining settings, and then I'm going to use K1 Pool. I've done a lot of testing myself in fully electric in my Discord. We tested multiple pools, and K1 Pool currently for the next day or two has 0% fees. And then before that, they were at 0.5%, and that's the lowest fees that I've found for a pool. And I've been mining to them with my other Icerivers because, like I said, fully electric, and I tested a bunch of different pools, and this one came out on top for yield, and they have the lowest fees. So anyway, this is the pool that I've been using for all my Icerivers. This is the website you go to, k1pool.com, and this will take you right to this page, this right here. Type that into your browser if you want, and then it will take you right to this page where you can pick up the stratum for your Iceriver. So I have been told a little trick is you can use the stratum beneath your machine. Instead of using the KS3 stratum, I'm going to use the KS1, KS2 stratum. I usually get like 0% rejected shares when I use the stratum that's set up for your Iceriver. But I think you're leaving a little something on the table. There's a long explanation for it, and this was a tip that Tswift gave me, and I'm going to stick with it. So I'm going to copy the KS1, KS2 stratum. You guys don't have to. That's just what I'm going to do. Oh, don't forget, it depends on what country you're in, too. This is Europe's. There's China, and I'm in the United States. So I'm going to use the USA stratum for the KS1, KS2, and that will adjust the difficulty to where I want it. We're going to copy this right here. Click on it, and you'll see it says copy to clipboard. Go back into the user interface, and then we're going to copy that stratum in right here. Now, you can put backup pools in if you want, or you can put the same stratum and the same wallet for 3 in a row if you want to, but I usually just leave one pool address and one wallet address. I've used backups before, and it seems like it just glitches them out, like it keeps wanting to switch between. So I'm not going to show you what my wallet is, but you see what I'm doing. I punched the stratum in that we copied from K1 Pool, and then there's where you put your wallet. I'm not showing you my wallet. And then hit save, and then hit the restart button and restart your machine. Don't power off your machine while it's restarting, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is I'm going to update the firmware on my KS3. I'll show you how to do that too. Okay, so you've successfully updated your pool and wallet worker and restarted your machine. Now we're going to click on firmware upgrade. It's going to bring you to this page right here. And then we're going to go back to the same spot where you downloaded the product manual and the batch processing tool. And we're going to scroll down right here and hit firmware download. It's going to open another page, and then you're looking for your KS3. Click download. It's going to download your file, and then you're going to open it up and unzip it, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Right click, extract all. Now you're going to have this update BGZ file right here. See? And then what we're going to do is go back to the web GUI. So we're back in the web GUI at that firmware upgrade page. We're going to hit select file, and then we're going to go to wherever you downloaded the BGZ file. We're going to click on it and hit open. And then it's going to say fake path in there. Don't worry about that. Everything's fine. So now that you've got that file in there, hit update. Give it a second. operation succeeded. And then it'll ask you to restart your machine usually. If it doesn't, then just manually restart it. Mine did pop up, say confirm restarting the machine. We're going to restart it one more time. Operation succeeded. Then we'll give it a minute. We'll let it warm up and do its thing. And then we will see what our hash rate's looking like. Okay, so we've been running for over 15 minutes now at a nice steady 8,000 gigahash per second. I've already got data on the wattage being pulled and the decibels, and the fans are starting to ramp down a tiny bit since I upgraded the firmware, but they're still at like 88%. So the machine's pretty noisy still. I want to go put the Fruition Designs Kit on it, and then we'll be ready for Tswift's overclocks. I'm hoping we can get this thing up to like 9 gigahash per second. So let me go ahead and get that Fruition Designs Kit installed, and we'll check the wattage, and we can compare once we get Tswift's overclocks on this thing. Let's go for it. Okay, so we're pulling about 3,245 to 50 something watts. And the AC Infinity fan is pulling 48 watts. So we've saved some wattage by running the AC Infinity fan and the Fruition Kit. Now let's see about the noise. Remember, we were about 91 decibels when we started, so let's see where we're at now. About 71 to 72 decibels. That is a huge difference. And our hash rate is 8,100 gigahash. So this is looking pretty good. We've saved some wattage. It's nice and quiet again in my garage, and I can I can tolerate it. So I'm pretty excited about this. We're looking good. I actually just got a DM from Tswift, and he DM'd me in Discord with the overclocks for the KS3. So next video you'll see is going to be me overclocking the KS3 and testing it and seeing what kind of wattage we pull, how loud it is, how hot it gets, what kind of hash rate we get. So wish me luck, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing to my channel, and please hit the like button, and don't forget to keep it decentralized for the greater good.
The greater good.